Welcome back to the show. Ever since Trump fired his FBI director, then confided his justice obstructee reason to Lester Holt and several million viewers, people have begun whispering the I word in earnest. No, the other I word. Okay, no, I mean, yes, but besides those, I meant impeachment. But as much fun as it would be to put their country through that again, is impeachment really the answer? When Trump fired FBI Director James Comey, the TV trotted out a tired cliche.
Nixonian.
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 Nixonian!
Besides firing someone who's investigating you, other Nixonian traits include an uncanny knack for connecting with the hoi polloi,
Sock it to me.
a passion for hanging out with black celebrities who may not know where they are, scaring Jews, and getting shit on by bespectacled nerds who hang out with liberal talk show hosts who never seem to go away. So I guess what Nixonian really means is nothing ever changes.
Oh my God. Dick Cavett, you're in my seat. Go on, get out of here. Yoko Ono's over there. Go get her.
Fucking A.
So sorry about him.
This is John Dean. He was Richard Nixon's White House counsel and a witness to the most corrupt administration in American history. He was the first person to finger Nixon as the mastermind of the Watergate cover-up and was charged with obstruction for his part in the scandal. I sat down with him to see how unfazed he was by Trump's behavior compared to the real corruption of the past.
Never did Nixon give me a knot in my stomach about what could happen to the country and the world under this guy's leadership.
So, if presidential corruption were measured in goiters on the neck of Lady Liberty, Nixon would be like 10 goiters. How many goiters would Donald Trump be?
She would have no neck.
Oh, she would just be...
A goiter.
So she's just like a goiter in a robe.
Right.
And there's a book and a torch and a
Right.
crown.
It's a hard image to conjure.
No, it's not. I did it.
But democracy's iodine deficiency could be the least of our worries.
How have you seen...
Miss B, ask him if he has any good Groucho stories.
Hey, don't make me come after you with the broom. I will do it. Once again, I am so sorry. Have we just seen the beginnings of Trump's abuse of power?
Well, given the fact he's coming up on the learning curve, there's no telling what it could be like once he actually understands where the levers are and what the buttons do.
How bad could it get?
During the Bush-Cheney years, they pushed a concept called the unified executive theory of government, where the president can literally tell independent regulatory agencies like the FCC what to do and how to do it, that they are part of the executive branch.
Right.
If that happens, that quadruples his power.
This is how Trump could weaponize historically independent agencies like the FCC and the EPA. And there are a ton of other agencies just waiting for Trump to realize they exist. But if Trump starts issuing them orders, it'll be like giving a giant baby a set of alphabet blocks which it uses to level Western civilization.
Do you think a man who couldn't learn to read is going to somehow learn to properly wield the power of the federal government?
That's the day that worries me.
Are there ways that he could have done things that would have worked? For instance, the Muslim ban. If they had
Yes.
taken their... Okay.
Yes.
How could it have worked?
Well, if he'd have staffed it through the department.
Don't tell him that. You should not say that out loud.
Well, the more difficult problem for me is once he's up on the learning curve and we take this authoritarian personality and turn him loose, we could have a war so easily.
Like a nuclear one?
We could have a nuclear one.
Is there anything we could do to slow down the learning curve? Like maybe send over some Russian prostitutes with some weak bladders, fill them up with a big gulp, let them go to town? P-tape.
If Russian water sports won't stop oh, for fuck's sake.
Fascinating. One of Nixon's hobbies was using the IRS illegally to screw people. What the hell?
Get out. Off my set. Go.
You lost your mind.
Out.
If Russian water sports won't stop Trump before he figures out the true power at his disposal, perhaps our only hope is someone on the inside bringing his possible corruption to light. Remember, it was this guy that got the ball rolling that took out Nixon.
Who's the John Dean of Trump?
Good question. It could be somebody in the White House counsel's office who is forced to come forward to keep his law or her law license.
He means you, the 27 people in the White House counsel's office who work for the office of the president, not Donald J. Trump personally.
They're not cops, they're not whistleblowers. They have actually ethical responsibilities.
So they're not going to take a hit for his bullshit.
They're not. Post-Watergate, directly because of my testimony, the American Bar Association created standards of professional conduct. These lawyers today cannot just look the other way.
So if you happen to have something that you want to tell us, send your information to the address on the screen.
If you see something, and you definitely will, it is literally your job to say something. Call now. No, seriously, please call.
Someone get me the hell out of here.
Don't go away. We have a special mystery guest after the break.